It was a cold spring, dark night, middle of the Pacific somewhere. Two obsessed steelheaders tried to find a remote coastal creek home to massive steelhead. Did we break down?
No, we're going to anchor. 17 feet here.
What? I see a steelhead.
Hey, no, no, hey, no, no, hey, no,
Rob and I had been planning a spring steelhead fishing trip for about a year, and this spring steelhead fishing it's a very unique and exciting fishery in BC that we have access to. It's a very narrow window. You got about 3 weeks, and in that 3 weeks you can catch fish that have been in some of these systems for months already, and you can catch fish that have literally just come in, only been in the system for a few hours.
Over the past few months, we've been throwing names around of very, different rivers and types of rivers and places we wanted to visit. And, after a lot of consultation and looking at maps and talking to people, we decided on 3 different rivers.
Basically, we mapped out sort of our top 3 choices for spring steelhead fishing. We're going to set the anchor down, and when the sun comes up in the morning, grab a bite to eat and head out. There are massive steelhead in this creek, and if we can find a couple, I mean, that's the goal.
Oh, we're gonna have to grab another spoon under here too. Regular? This is for Quinn.
I want the peaches. I want maple brown sugar.
Here. What do you want? There's peaches and cream.
Maple brown sugar.
There's a hearty medley. That might be as close as you get to. They're all peaches and cream.
I don't know if that's acceptable.
Peaches and cream it is. And a hearty medley.
Where the hell are we? We just floated around in the middle of the Pacific all night. We woke up,
weaving,
and we're at this river.
Some amazing river. I don't even think it has a name, this river. But it looks fishy, when you get to a place, you say, man, that looks fishy. We both got up, put our heads out of the boat, looked at this amazing little creek out here and said, man, that looks fishy. Let's give it a shot.
How come you get 3 and I haven't got 1 yet?
I love to fish because of the places I get to go to catch these fish. For me, it's not a numbers thing anymore. Yeah, certainly it is nice to catch fish. Everyone likes to catch, at least a fish a day. I think when you're steelhead fishing is a common rule. And, if I can get one steelhead a day, especially in an amazing place like this, then yeah, my day is complete. I'm happy, I'm content.
Whoa, smooth, very smooth. We'll edit that out, don't worry about it.
Even if I don't catch a fish, and you've had a great adventure, it's still worthwhile. You'll still have many stories to tell from your expeditions and adventures out to these places. And most people in the world will never get to see this river, will never get to hike up these creeks and see these places. So I think that's probably one of the reasons is just the places you get to catch steelhead in.
That's top secret. No one can look at these waypoints. Confidential information here. If these waypoints ever get out, that could be the demise of this river. The fishing is so hot here, untouched. These are basically vaulted. These have been in a lock safety deposit box for years. They've just been revealed like a time capsule essentially, that there's some magnificent steelhead in here. One of those maps burnt on the edge with the X in the middle, that's essentially what we got with some GPS coordinates. So now we're heading out to about a 10-12K hike here through the bush to get to the headwaters of this magnificent steelhead, hopefully Bering Creek, and yeah, hopefully get into some nice fish.
I think the squirrel saw the coordinates. He's gonna leak the information to the public. It's gonna be one of those cases. Is the juice worth the squeeze? So we're about to find out. We're about halfway there. Let's keep going. Pretty grueling, uncharted territory. I got adrenaline right now. And Rob's already peed his pants twice. He's so excited. First few runs we fished, we didn't get a sniff. And then Rob rolled one out under this tree, hooked up into a nice one and lost it right away. And then we went a couple runs down, he lost another one.
Man, I thought for sure I was getting beautiful swings there.
I thought so too for me. Oh yeah, there he is.
Don't be fighting much.
That's,
Little guy, eh?
no, it's not that bad. Oh, it's mint. You see how silver it is?
Getting squared, man. Minty McMinterson.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand here. What happened there?
Oh, I had him almost in and...
He had it on for a few minutes. We got a good look at it. It was a nice fish. He had it really close to shore. Then he rolled the hook and swam off with a little piece of Rob's heart.
This looks too dull.
Blame it on the hook.
And then we went down to another juicy run, and we both managed to hook a few fish in there.
When someone has to hike in over 2 hours just to get to the first spot where they're going to fish, and this is bushwhacking for 2 hours. There's not too many people out there that'll do that in search of steelhead. And not even sure that we were going to catch anything. And then yeah, basically fishing all day long. And we did manage to get into some good quality fish that day and had a really good trip.
Oh, she's got some color.
Big male. This is gonna take you a while.
So hooked a couple on the fly, swinging, and both came off. One, after a split second, did get a brief look at it. The second one, mint bright, had it on for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. It popped off. I was almost getting ready to bring it in. So I thought I'd experiment, try the single egg pattern here, and see what happens, and tried a couple pools with no luck, and I was actually almost contemplating going back to the fly. And my good buddy, the captain here, said, why don't we switch places and you try running your egg through here. So sure enough, I think it was actually the first cast, and boom, big male here that hooked into.
It's a nice fish, Rob.
Big, eh?
Do you think, is he tired?
What?
Is he tired?
I don't know, he's not really fighting. Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh. Finally a big fish here, eh?
Oh, I gotta get him out of the main stem.
Just holding there.
Yeah, he's not budging.
See your float.
Yeah, he's coming now.
Okay.
Maybe right in here. Still could have got him on the fly though in there. There's no reason.
Well, I swung through there twice. Nothing.
Them?
I'm gonna use a bit of a boot, eh?
That is gnarly fish. You hooked him in the snout.
You don't get any mintier than this. Finally. 1 for 3. Even though it was a bit of a dark fish, looks like he'd been in the river here a little bit.
Like 10 years.
You still put up a better fight than any of the other ones I had on. Like for his size, maybe just because he was bigger, but haven't had a fight like that for a while, especially with a 9 weight, which is really overkill for this little system here. So yeah, if I'd gone with anything smaller, it really would have been a battle trying to bring him in. Luckily, we had a nice run here to land him in, had good help, and yeah, everything turned out all right and basically made my day now. You know, sometimes all it takes is just that one fish, you know, and that'll make your day after that. It doesn't really matter.
I was feeling a little left out. Roberto had hooked 3, landed 1. Not exactly a chromer, but the other 2 that he hooked were nice fresh fish. He was trying to convert me as go for the bead, go for the bead, go for the unconventional, sort of more frowned upon method by the, I'm a purist though. And I just really wanted to get one on the swing, and I swung through here, got nothing. Rob went through with the bead, got a big male, and then I swung, just kept letting more line out, casting further, and was just sitting there dangling, and kaboom! Spiraling. Oh, he's hog-tied himself. He's not exactly a fresh fish. Get him. Come on, baby.
He is a little darkish as well. Okay, put your rod out to get some slack.
Not exactly a chromer, but a nice big male. Pretty good hook job there.
That was not coming out.
Is that a triple?
No, and it's like right there. We go. Sweet.
Sweet.
Awesome. Well,
That's what it's all about, man.
There we go.
Gone.
Oh yeah, I always hook up and land her. Always. I never not landed a fish.
I saw him
I'm
jump.
like 100 for 100.
Yeah. You were a little slow on that one.
I needed some coaching. Now, if you went, I bet you if you
There it is.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, no, no,
We managed to get into a few no chromers, some pretty dark fish. I think that because the water was high and we've been getting rains earlier in the season, that a lot of these fish had moved in. It became pretty clear that a lot of these fish had moved in a lot earlier than usual. By the time we got back to the boat, we were just knackered and beelined back to the boat launch. By the time we got back to the boat, we were knackered and we decided to have a quick bite and then motor on to the next river. I'm Captain Quinn. Thanks for watching. Until next time, subscribe to this channel for more great videos and like us on Facebook. Till next time.
So how's the trip going so far?
Oh, it just seems to be just one thing after the other. But we're getting a few fish today. River's probably blown out. Did you look at it?
Looks good.
Oh, good. Well then, just waiting for Rob to make me oatmeal and then I'll get up.
Oh, that's good. How'd you sleep?
Well, we got hit with Hurricane Katrina in the middle of the night. Not great. I'm tired.
Yeah. I guess that goes with it, though. A little bit of tiredness is if you want to catch some fish, long days.
It's all part of it.
How you feeling? Achy? You get worn out yesterday?
I haven't really moved substantially yet. But I'm not looking forward to it. Are you?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm actually feeling not bad.
Coming up this trail, we've been seeing bear tracks. And there's a grizzly right there. I don't think I want to keep fishing.